Hey guys, Ash here for the Goodison Blues, and this is the preview for tomorrow's 3 o'clock game, Palace versus Everton. And what can we say about this one? This is probably going to be one of our toughest games. Obviously, as we know, Palace had a great victory over Manchester United last time out. So, yes, we had a good victory ourselves, beating West Brom 5-2. But, you know, I think before the start of the season, Manchester United were kind of being, you know, tinted as being the ones that are going to be up there and and thereabouts. So I think they wouldn't have expected Palace to win. And also for me, because I'm always slagging off uh, Wilfred Zaha, I'm not a big fan of. I don't rate him much that, and obviously he absolutely destroyed Manchester United that day. He's a player that we're really going to have to watch on tomorrow's game. And from Carlos Ancelotti's press conference, he was asked, regarding strengthening the squad, and I don't believe he's going to go with Nkunku tomorrow. I think he'll go back to Luka Dean being at left back, and obviously Yerry Mina will come in. Now, he could surprise us, in fairness to the young left back, he's been doing extremely well in the last, especially the Carabao Cup game, so why would you take him out? I just believe that Mina should start instead of Luka Dean. Obviously, being a centre back is not his natural position, so should go back into the left back position. Obviously, I imagine Decore is going to come back into the side. James Rodriguez, of course, is going to come back into the side. Allen's going to come back into the side. Andre Gomez will come back into the side. Dominic Calvert-Lewin apparently has recovered from the little knock. I thought because we were 2-0 up in the Carabao Cup game that we took Dominic Calvert-Lewin off, but he will be available for tomorrow's game. Um, Jared Brandwaite obviously is not going to be available, and with a toe injury, and Mason Holgate won't be available either, still with the ankle injury. So I think he was asked about a centre back, and I believe we need to get another centre back in. He was asked about the goalkeeper's situation, and he said we're not in the market for a goalkeeper. But it all depends on what kind of social media reports you believe. It looks like we're back in again, trying to get Romero from Manchester United. It's gonna be a very very tough game. We're back to London again. So sadly no fans again in the stadium. I don't know what it's a hard one to score on this one. Um, it's one of these games that we can't afford to be going 2 goals down. We go 2 goals down, we are not going to get five against Crystal Palace. Let's be fair. Unless the most amazing thing happens and we absolutely destroy Palace tomorrow. Very, very difficult game to call a score on. I am going with a 2-1 score. With Richarlison getting the opener. Crystal Palace will get an equaliser, and James Rodriguez gets another netted goal and gets us the winner. It is a difficult one to call. Thankfully, hopefully, no more injuries. He did mention that although he didn't travel, Fabian Delph is doing well on his road to recovery. Because as I said in the previous podcast, I believe that he could be if we don't sell him, he will be handy to have as a left back in case we do need him. But we need to get to the market, get a centre back. Um, on a quick note there, I seen there this evening, or was it yes? I seen a post on our Facebook page that Pat Van Den Houw has been classed as an Everton giant. He is a legend of the club. We've had him at the Mercantile a couple of times. He's come over himself and stayed in the Mercantile, and we've had great evenings with him at the club, and we will obviously hope for Sunday we can get him back again to visit the club wherever our brand new home will be. But well, congratulations from all of us here at the Goodison Blues on that remark. A quick note, just let you know, guys, that James Henry is leading the front on our fantasy football page. If you go to our Facebook page, you'll see that I posted up the league table. So he's the early pace setter. Um, you still have time to join. There's a link there in that as well with the code that you need to join. It's only 2 games in, game week 2. And for those of you that do have the teams in there, don't forget your time will run out very shortly for you to make your changes to your team. Just in case you missed out on points last week, I missed out on a couple of points because I had them on the substitute bench and they went and had a stormer. What can you do? So yeah, 2-1 guys tomorrow. It isn't on Sky. On a brief note, back in regards to obviously I suppose we're sticking the teeth of talking about COVID. We are still under the restrictions, so there is nowhere for you to go. if you do have an area where you live that has an outdoors that you can watch the game, please bear in mind that the venue should only have, even if it's outside, only 15 people. So wherever you are, guys, you're watching the game, please do take care and be safe. If you're in a crowded area, for your own sake, get away from it. Go back home and watch the game. Don't do it from a crowded area. We've seen what's happened in Wicklow with cases arriving because people are hopping on the dart and going down to the likes of Bray, all that kind of stuff. We've seen what's happened in Donegal. They're now afraid of the neighbouring county Derry is going to get hit. So they're putting in checkpoints to stop cross border, contamination. So we really do need to watch ourselves, because guys, let's be fair, if we have one hell of an amazing season, we've had a great start, and this great start continues, it'll be a shame that we won't be able to safely meet up as a group to enjoy this season. So guys, yes, 2-1 tomorrow. Richarlison, an equaliser by Palace, and then a beautiful goal by James Rodriguez to get a 2-1 victory and keep us up at that end of the table. Until guys then, talk to you tomorrow with match reaction. Stay blue.